Hi everyone, welcome to my video for Asian burgers. My name is Laura and I am with the blog Colorful Takeout Queen, and I am so excited to share this with you on such a rainy, dreary day. I actually took the day off work today, and over July 4th I did some experimentation on how to make some burgers. So this is an unedited video, so when I wash my hands in between, there's going to be a little bit of silence, so I just want to let you know that ahead. So a couple things that I decided to make. So this is a pound of pork and a pound of 80% lean ground beef. These are both organic. I actually made this video earlier today and I had technical difficulties, so I had to go out and buy these two. So I did, because I wanted to shoot this video today because a lot of people were asking me about it. So a pound of pork, a pound of ground beef. They are both organic. We're gonna add 5 scallions, the white and the green parts. We're gonna add all of that together. This gives it some nice greenery and freshness. Then we wanna add a little bit of spice. You don't have to add this. I'm just gonna put a little bit of squirt of sriracha in there because I do love my spice. Then I'm going to add some miso. Miso, this is about a third of a cup. And miso it smells really good. It's fermented soybeans and rice, and it just adds such an umami bomb, I call it. It's just this salty sweetness that it has. It's amazing. I love it. I use it in pasta dishes when I add Asian ingredients and things like that, and it just adds so much flavor to it. Then I'm going to add a half a cup of hoisin sauce. Hoisin sauce is a nice dark, it gives it a nice dark color, and it caramelizes it as we cook the burger, so it's so good. And the other thing about this recipe is that you don't need to use any salt and pepper because everything's already in here with the ingredients we're using. Now I want to give the burger a little extra texture, so I chopped up a bunch of mushrooms, which actually I'm going to be showing you a little kitchen gadget that I love so much that I chop these mushrooms with. I'm going to show that to you shortly. So this is about a little bit less than a cup of mushrooms, but I'm going to chop 2 more, but I just really want to show you this cool knife that I found. So before I mix all these ingredients, I'm going to chop 2 more mushrooms, but I really want to show you this knife. It's so cool. All right, bear with me for a minute here while I grab all my ingredients here. Here we go. So these are cremini mushrooms. This is, I'm going to use 2 large ones. And this knife is called a Mezzaluna knife. I love this knife. It is so much fun. When people come over and I'm cooking, I like to just talk to them and go like this. It's so much fun. So how you use it is you take the mushroom. You can actually cut the piece if you want, but I'm just going to leave them like this. And just kind of cut it in a couple of pieces in order to make you feel comfortable so that they are laying flat. And so just kind of gently go like this at first, and then just kind of lay them on their side or however you are most comfortable doing it, and then just sort of go like this back and forth. I don't know what it is. There's just something fun about this. I love it. And I first saw this Mezzaluna knife. Some people call it an ulu knife, but I call it the Mezzaluna because Mezzaluna is it's a word that means crescent shape. So that's what this particular knife is called. And I found this knife last year, and I had to cancel my vacation this year. I'm so sad. But last year I went to Cape May, New Jersey, and one of my favorite parts about Cape May is they have all these small businesses and all these fabulous shops. And I found a kitchen gadget shop, and I have no control over kitchen gadget places. I will go in there and spend so much money. I mean, Pampered Chef and, just any kind of kitchen supply store, I have all of them. So that's that. I just wanted to show you this piece of equipment because it's so much fun to use, and I just love it, so I want to share that with you. And I also saw the knife I'm going to add this actually to our meat mixture. And I actually found this knife, Nigella Lawson. She is from the UK, and she did a cooking show years ago, probably in the early 2000s. And I just love the way she talks about food. She has such an established vocabulary when it comes to food. And she uses all of these sexy words. Like, she's like, it's sultry. And you're like, what? You know, she's talking about food. But she really she knows how to do things. She really knows how to talk about it. So we have the mushrooms, the miso. We have the pork. We have the hoisin sauce. Like, we have everything that we put in here. So we're going to mix it all together. My hands are clean. You want to make sure your hands are really great cooking tools, because they will absolutely make sure that all of these fabulous ingredients all come together and they are distributed to each part of the meat for the burger. And what is really great about this burger is the miso, for example. The miso is very pasty. The miso distributes so easily because of its texture. And the miso gives it the salt and the salty taste, and so does the hoisin sauce. So you really just have a nice recipe for everything that you can put together. Now, the other thing that I would suggest, whenever people cook, I always tell them, while you're cooking, taste. Now, this is raw meat, obviously, so unless you are a vampire or a werewolf, you don't want to test this raw meat while you're cooking, before you're cooking actually, or even while you're cooking. It has to be internal temperature of, I believe it's 160, 165 to make sure that the hamburger's done. So what I did, because I was experimenting with this recipe, I just took like a small amount and I made a little hamburger, but I made sure I got a little bit of each one of these, and I just cooked it. I put it right in the pan and I cooked it, and it was perfect. So when you do that, you can kind of say, you know what, there's not enough salt in this. So you can add salt, or you can add some more of one of the other ingredients. So we got a nice little spicy version. We have the freshness of the scallions, and we have the texture of the mushroom. Mushrooms have like when you're a vegan or a vegetarian, but you want something to bite into, it's really great to put, a lot of people have portobello burgers and things like that. It's just fantastic. So this is all mixed. So I'm gonna wash my hands for the next step. I will leave this here so you can take a quick look at it while I wash my hands. Now, before I shot this video, I actually made the burger on this stove. It's all finished, and I want you to look at it. It's actually, it looks really burnt, but it's not. So this is the caramelization. It's actually nice and juicy on the inside. Like when you press it, you can see that. It's the caramelization of the darkness of the burger itself, and of the hoisin sauce and everything like that. So I don't want you to be, but when you look at this burger, you can see the outsides are, charred. But if you look at the burger, you could see that the inside is absolutely fine, like that part of it. So we are gonna place it on a little baguette right here. Right there. I love this thing. I am not a fan of regular hamburger buns. It's just not really my cup of tea. I feel like they're a little bit too soft, but what I do like is I like these little, baguette, like little buns. I really love these. So this is like a bun version of a baguette, which I love. Now, with everything that I like to make, I like to have a little bit of a balance. So this is pretty rich. It's salty, there's the sweetness in there too. So I want to add an acid. So I'm going to add a piece of pickle here. And I like this one because it sort of drapes over the burger. I'm going to put this one over here as well. There we go. And I'm going to dig in and enjoy. Go. I love these because it holds everything together. And also with bread, the reason why I don't love the other burger buns, when you toast them, you have a little bit more mind to it. But I like bread that fights back. I like you have to get in there and chew it and do all that. So I like that a little bit more than the regular buns. But you could do whatever your heart desires. So now I will try this Asian burger. Wow. It is perfectly seasoned. I taste the miso. I get the crunch from the scallions. And I taste the sweetness from the hoisin sauce and the acidity from the pickle. The other thing too is anything that is acidic or anything that is fermented like pickles are, whenever you're eating meat or any kind of like animal fat, whenever you have something like pickles or something fermented after it or right before it, it actually is better for your body. Your body processes it a lot better than that. Another little tip from me to you, if you're looking for, a lot of people put onions on their burger. Another thing that I just started doing, I love to be resourceful in the kitchen. So when I slice my onions, but I don't really want to use them right out the gate, sometimes they're a little bit, they sting when you first eat them. They can be powerful. So when I'm done with a jar of pickles, I pour the pickle juice into a larger jar and I put the onions in it and I let it sit for a few hours in the refrigerator. And when you put them on here, you get a beautifully pickled onion. And you don't have to make it wait for months for it to pickle the right way. All you need is like 10 minutes to an hour and the juice gets right in the onion. So I just wanted to give that tip from me to you. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate your likes, your shares. It means so much to me. I love doing this for you. So I hope all of you have a lovely weekend and thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.